Hello everyone, welcome to the post-match review. 10 men, Bournemouth 1, Manchester United 1 on a day, Sam, where Liverpool are probably going to win the league. They've got a load of fans outside, flares, singing songs, and we get to watch that crock of shit and draw against a 10-man Bournemouth. What was your assessment of that game, mate?
Not a lot. Just showed every inadequacy and every weakness we have in this team. Shit goalkeeping, really poor playing out from the back, no forward up front that can score a goal. Like, you know, it's those last sort of 20 minutes, 15 minutes, we had every fit forward available on the pitch, all of them, and we struggled to get a goal against 10 men Bournemouth. So just that kind of sums it up, really. That's how pathetic we are right now.
Yeah, but I think straight off the bat, one thing I wanted to discuss was the noticeable difference in physicality between Bournemouth and United. Now, Bournemouth are obviously known the majority of the season. They are pretty much way quicker, way stronger, more of a transitional threat than the majority of teams in the Premier League, which is why they've done so well. And they press a lot better than other teams as well. But even like Ouattara and Semenyo and Evan Nilsson and these kind of guys, they were just bullying our defenders, weren't they, at times?
Yeah, no, we didn't look anywhere near where a team of Man United should be against a team, no offense to Bournemouth, but a team like Bournemouth. Like, they got probably a 16th of what we spend in the league. They've got 11,000 fans compared to 73,000 fans. They, I think, up until about 10 years ago, they were in League Two. Mm-hmm. So, like, this shouldn't be a contest, but yet they looked comfortably the better team. Even with 10 men, they looked comfortably the better team. And just those defensive, like you said, the physicality and the pressure they put on us. We are so bad from playing out from the back, and Bournemouth know this. Yeah. So you see Onana, he gets the ball, he delays, he then doesn't pass it out to one of his centre-backs. He has to go wide because nobody's showing for it. Yeah. So he goes wide to Shaw, who then makes a really shit pass to Dorgu, who has to come in to try and get a hold of it. He gets pressed, he loses the ball, and then it's a goal in the back of the net. How many times have we seen that against United? Like, how many times has that happened? It's just, we're so bad. Like, we're so fucking bad at it.
I think from a tactical perspective, the build-up from the back, there's a lot of work to be done on that. And it's a combination of individuals and just pressure getting to him as well in tight areas. Like, I mean, even for that first goal that they scored from Semenyo, which was always bound to happen, by the way, you know, like you touched on there, Onana hesitates for what feels like an hour. I mean, it feels like he's making a brew before he actually passes the ball. You get this sluggish pass to Shaw. Dorgu's farting about, which I didn't think Dorgu had a great game today at all. No, I thought he was really, really poor.
Shaw didn't look up to speed either. Shaw looked like half a yard off everything.
That's more understandable considering it's the first 90 minutes, isn't it? Whereas with Dorgu, like you've been playing a lot of games now, like maybe you should be used to the tempo of games, and he got caught. Very clever from Evan Nilsson, and then Semenyo just absolutely blasted it away. So that's 1-0 down. You know, you're climbing the mountain straight off the bat, which we always do anyway. We mainly concede first, don't we?
Also, how often does Onana get beaten at his near post? I thought
it was a rocket like from Semenyo.
It is a rocket, but like so many times, like people are shooting near post. Like Ouattara, when he had that free kick, what did he do? He tried to curl it into the near post and almost got it because Onana took that step that way and just left a massive game. And he's like, fuck it, I'm having a go. And he hits the crossbar, and you're like, so many times he gets beaten near post. Like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, please do get your opinions and thoughts in the comments section. I'll definitely get into those very, very shortly. Just a couple of incidents that I want to discuss, Sam. Don't know where to go with this. There's a few. So there was the Tyler Adams tackle. Do you remember that near the start?
Yeah, on Garnacho.
I thought personally, for me at the time, I thought that was a red card. Did you?
It's a red card. It's a red card. Yeah.
So why do you think they didn't? What was the excuse for it?
Because it's United. Because that's like
genuinely, I thought it was a red. I'm not like
same. And then it pissed me off. It pissed me off. They go to the pundits, 2 Liverpool players, obviously, and like, oh yeah, don't think it's a red. And it's like, if that's, remember when Lissandro did that 2-footed thing? If that's Lissandro doing that, they're going, it's a red card. He should have been sent off. That's what they would be saying, and it's because it's United. It just doesn't seem to happen. I don't know why but that's the way it seems to me.
I had more sympathy almost for Evan Nilsson, because Evan Nilsson's looked really, really bad, and it was 2 feet, and his feet was high, but he did slip. I don't think that's even. He definitely did slip, but I can see why they give it, but there was kind of two sides to that. Whereas with the Tyler Adams one, I was like, he's just gone straight over the ball. He might have got contact with the ball a little bit, but he's gone straight into Garnacho's shin with his studs up.
The other thing as well, the other decision the ref made, Dorgu slides in for tackle, gets the ball, wins it. And then the guy kicks him, and he gets a yellow.
Yeah.
What?
The ref had a stinker. The ref had an absolute stinker.
Oh, my God.
I thought there was a few things wrong with that as well. Even like when he went over to the screen to have a look at Evan Nilsson's thing. He sat there, and the first angle he showed him was from about 1,000,000 miles away. It's paused on an angle. Like, how the fuck? How on earth are you supposed to see that? And then the next angle it goes to cut straight to the one where it's 2 feet on the thing. So I'm just like, I don't know. I thought the officiating was a little bit dodgy today, but obviously that played a giant part in the game because up until that point, Sam, it felt like we was going to get nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see where the goal was coming from. Apparently, the Højlund goal, that was his first shot the whole game. Which just says it all, didn't it? I don't remember. Did we have a shot on target?
I remember Garnacho having a few shots, but were any of them? I don't know if any of them were on target.
Wide,
like dragged wide, didn't they? Right side, left side.
So I don't remember us having a shot on target. And then I think the nearest one we had is when Garnacho put it across and then Bruno spooned it, but it was offside anyway. And then I think the next opportunity I remember is the Mason Mount one where it gets deflected. I think that's it. In terms of chances,
which was going in as well, by the way, definitely. That was going in.
So I don't see where the goal was going to come from. In all honesty, I don't see where it was going to come from.
I think people are going to look at the stats after the game, and they're going to look at like we had over 60% possession, 25 shots, but the majority of that, I think, probably came in the second half after the thing he got sent off. Because up until that point, I was looking at, I was like, we aren't getting nothing out of this game. Absolutely nothing. All four of their attackers are better than theirs. Bruno Fernandes had a really poor game. Did nothing in that game today at all. And it can, he's probably fucked and knackered and should have been rested, but you can't rest him. Nothing from midfield and attack today. Absolutely nothing. And I just think they're lucky almost, really. Because even though we got a point, I don't think we deserved that at all. Genuinely. No. It's nice to push towards the end, but why only turn up when you go down to 10 men? Why are they play? I want to see them play like that from minute 1. Do we not?
Or why only turn up when you've got 7 attackers on the pitch because you're chasing a goal against 10 men? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't we play with that with 11 men with the setup? Like, it's just, frustrating.
This seems to be a reoccurring theme with United. Like, they can only, in the last ditching minutes where there's 10, 15 minutes to go and they're chucking the kitchen sink at it, that's the only time they seem to get some. Apart from that, that was a really, really poor display from United. Like, shocking, to be honest with you. They've put a plaster over a giant wound there, but we're nicking a point at the end, and Rasmus Højlund. In actual fact, the way Bournemouth were and how tired they looked towards the end, you should go and win that game. You should go and win that game. And again, they're not taking the chances, so...
Well, we didn't create any chances, to be fair. Like, there wasn't any chances being created. Like, I think it sums it all up. Like, Cheeto came on. I think he created like 3 chances alone when he came on. He'd been on the pitch for 5 minutes, and Højlund had been on for 90 odd minutes, and he didn't score till right at the end with his first shot on target. Whereas Cheeto made like the effort and created stuff. I don't know why you wouldn't start Cheeto in this game. Like, he can't play on Thursday, so I don't understand why you wouldn't. It just baffles me that why we're sticking with Højlund up top when we don't have to.
I also thought he could have come on earlier as well. I thought it felt a little bit late for me because instantly, as soon as he came on, there was like a through ball that Bruno played to him where he took it and stabbed at it, didn't he? Just went near the top corner. A couple of good, nice link-up plays on the edge of the box. I just felt like an improvement or just something different to offer because the Bournemouth defenders have been dealing with the same strike role and been dealing with it basically. Like, it weren't really a threat up until he scored. So, I find it. Let's go to the comments because I want to see what everyone else is saying. If you are just joining, by the way, please do smash like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are 30 subs off 14,200. So, would appreciate that if you take 2 seconds. Daniel Raj saying defenders having more attempts just shows the level of your strikers. Ray is saying totally different conversation without that equaliser, but nice to have a minor moment for Thursday. The constant shooting from 30 yards was disgraceful though. Thank you for mentioning that. There was a moment, Sam, in I think it was the 94th minute, where Bruno shoots from about 40 yards out and goes over the bar. And I'm pulling the air out, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, when he plays it short, don't you know, in the 99th minute?
Yeah.
They've got a corner and they play it fucking short and Shaw.
It did four short corners, and I was just like, me and Dan, I had Dan somewhere in India, me and him were probably raging. at that fucking every time. It's like we're trying to score a goal, just stick it in the danger area and just try and call something.
Yeah.
Why are we playing it short? Like, honest to God.
Trying to be too cute at times where you just like, you've got arguably 30 seconds left of the game. I know Maguire might not be in the box, but get it in the box. You've got numbers in there. Anything could happen. And they play it short, and Luke Shaw tries a clever cross to the back post. It just goes out. And it's just that's just the theme of frustration running throughout the team. Andy Williams saying Liverpool winning the league today, and we could barely score against 10 men. Yep, sums it up. That comment's getting pinned because that just literally sums United up this season. Ray is saying, I think fans now are starting to realise how bloody crucial De Ligt is in that role at centre-back. Shaw was absolutely shite until he went into the wing-back role. I think that's a conversation we'll have momentarily as well. If we had 10 men, Bournemouth would have scored 4 with the way these players are. Alan Wilkinson saying second half pressure finally paid off. On Thursday, pray it's 0-0. That's the best thing that we can do. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird performance from Luke Shaw, wasn't it? Because I thought he struggled a little bit in moments of the game, like 1v1 and in the goal that he's spoken about before in the build-up for that. I thought it was a little bit sloppy. But his numbers, aerial duels, 3 out of 3, 7 crosses, 4 chances created, 3 clearances, 1 interception, 1 block and 1 shot. And when he started pushing out wide a little bit more,
going forward,
a bit better, didn't he? Going forward.
Going forward, he was good. I think he created 4 chances, Shaw, which is something we've been missing from our wing backs totally. Like, because Dalot doesn't really create. Dorgu's been a bit hit and miss. Mazraoui, when he played there, doesn't really create anything. So, yeah, when he went wide and get forward, I think he ended up creating 4 chances. I think one of the Cheeto ones, the Bruno one, the Mason Mount one as well. I believe he was that was his cut across. So, yeah, there's no denial his quality on the ball when he goes forward. Like, that's always been something we spoke about and how good it is. It's always been the defensive, sometimes switching off has been the liabilities that we've had with him. And I think the defensive stuff where he's a bit sloppy, I think is just fitness related, because that was his first, I think it was his first start since February 2024. First start. So it's been a long time since he started a game for us. So yeah.
He'll be tired after that one. He'll be in the dressing room now, but absolutely blowing that fucking out. Interesting. Do you think heading into Thursday now? Obviously, first and foremost, it's fantastic that Højlund actually got the goal, and it was like it was a poacher's goal as well, wasn't it? Like one of those flick-ons.
6-yard box,
right at the end. But how significant could that be for Thursday night now? Because we know what goals can do with strikers, isn't it?
And we know he's a patchy player, isn't he? That's how he works. Like he goes on these runs where he gets a goal and then he'll score 4 or 5 in the next 5 games. And you're hoping that's the case here. He gets a goal against Bilbao or in both Bilbao games. That'd be like tremendous for us in terms of getting into the final. So you'd hope that's the case. Whether that is or not, I don't know. But I hope so. Like, you can only hope because we have no other option. Like, he's the only option against Bilbao. We can't take Cheeto, and Xerxes injured, so he is the only option we have.
Would you start Luke Shaw on Thursday?
Depends on his fitness. If he's got through 90 minutes there, hasn't he? Like, he didn't get taken off. So he's capable of 90 minutes, but is he capable of 90 minutes 5 days, 4 days apart? I don't know. Because they're still not doing it with Mason Mount. They're still not starting.
Isn't it weird how Shaw started a full 90 before Mount?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a bit strange. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to risk his fitness or not.
If he is fit, though, if he's ready to go, would you start him?
Yeah, if he's fit and the risk of injury isn't that high, then yeah, why not? Like, I'd probably start him in the wing back role, to be honest. Like, starting off, and then maybe if we get a goal, you can drop him back into the central defender position and sort of bring somebody in like Mazraoui or something to the left back role and
so you
push Dorgu on the wide.
I was going to say put Dorgu right wing back, Yoro and Maz as the wide centre half, and then put Shaw up into the wing back role.
Yeah, and then you could bring on like Mazraoui towards the end, switch Shaw into left centre back and put Mazraoui on the wing back stuff, and then sort of close the game down. That's if we go ahead. Obviously, there's big ifs and buts there. But if he's fit, yeah, start him, because I think when he's fit, he's one of our better players. But he just hasn't been fit. So
yeah. I'll get into Ruben Amorim's comments in a minute. There's a couple of quotes coming out. But again, I'll just read a couple of comments out. What were his passing stats? Maybe wrong, but I can at least remember half a dozen times we lost possession. I think it's delete that comment. Bilbao will be like most Spanish teams, defensive piece of shits who will look to break, and I ain't got a clue how to deal with it. I think we play Yoro on Williams. Our fullbacks aren't going to be able to play against him. But don't forget, Yoro had trouble against what's his name? Fucking hell, Southampton. Oh God, what's his name? It begins with an S. You know what I'm on about, don't you?
Is it Sulemana?
Suleiman, is that? I think, yeah. He had that one game where he struggled against him, and Nico Williams, let me tell you, is a far better player than him. So I wouldn't bank all your money on that. But Yoro's been playing well at the minute. Luke Shaw looked good in left back role in the last 10 minutes. That dog the whole game. That was, in my opinion, I think people are gonna maybe cover it a little bit because he's a new signing. But that was one of Dorgu's worst games for United since he's joined.
I mean, there wasn't many players who had a good game today, was there?
No,
Bruno was off it. Dorgu's poor. Casemiro looked poor. Like everybody was pretty piss poor today. So I don't want to put it all on Dorgu. He's a new player, but yeah, pretty much every player had a bad game today, I would say.
I thought from Amarin as well, I thought a little bit like substitutions at times, timing of them was a little bit off. And I don't know, I felt like we needed more from him. And I don't know how much of that is the coach's prerogative, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. The coach's job is to get the best out of players, right? And maximise their ability. And I don't feel like any of these players improved at all. At all.
I think he's looking at it, like he mentioned in the press conference, he said he knows exactly who is leaving or he wants to leave in the summer. So I think a lot of these players, he's like, I don't want these players. And he knows the limits they have reached because they've continuously underperformed under several managers, not just him. So I think he's aware of that. So he knows which players have to go. So I think he's just trying to drag United to the summer. Hopefully we can get a Europa League, but with or without the Europa League, this has been the worst Premier League season in our history. Like, it's been that thing. So I think he's well aware of that. So he's just trying to drag us to the summer so he can rebuild this team. I think that's where we're at.
So we are currently 39 points at the minute. 34 games played, 10 games won, 9 games drew, and 15 lost. We've lost more games than Everton. So yeah, not just even from a statistical standpoint, not great at all. But as we all know, it's Thursday. Everything relies on Thursday. It's simply you've got to go and win that game, and if you don't, then it looks like the worst thing ever. If you win it, you save yourself some dignity, and you get back into the Champions League football, and we could have a decent summer. But there's only so many players you can bring in. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to drastically change. Even if you bring 4 or 5 players in, they're going to need time to adjust. You still have... I imagine Onana's still probably going to be here. I even think Rasmus will probably still be here. Like, I think there's going to be players that we're struggling with at the minute who are still going to be playing a lot of minutes next season. That's my issue.
There's priorities, isn't there? Obviously, the priority is the forward line. So, Cunha deal and Delap deal seems to be the ones that are happening. And then apparently after that, it depends on sales, who we can bring in. So again, like that, if we don't sell well or we don't sell enough, we're going to struggle to replace players. And then people go like, why have we not bought this? Why have we not bought that? And like, because we haven't got the cash. Like that's the reason. We haven't got the money to buy these players.
Yeah, today played out like it kind of, there were players in that team who either one know that they're going at the end of the season and are half-arsing it a little bit. We know like the likes of Eriksen and Lindelof and these players are leaving as well. There's players in that team who may be being sold in the summer and they kind of half know that as well, and it seems a little bit. And just in general, the body language and attitude, it just seems
lethargic,
like the head was really just like
brilliant.
Like, I can't be bothered today against a physical team. Like that's what I got just watching the full 90 minutes.
It's like when I used to play Sunday League and you'd know the players who had a night out before and they'd turn up hungover and you knew who they were because you could see it on the pitch. That's what it felt like watching that game. Like a bunch of players who were hungover and just like, oh, fuck's sake, man. Like, there's no energy, no fight, no sort of like, come on, lads. It was just like, oh, let's just get through this, shall we?
Right, let's see what Ruben Amorim's been saying. It was 1 point, we could do better. We created chances, but we need to do better near the box. It's the small things. We have to understand the foot that is in the play, crossing 1v1s. We need to understand the game in that way. Today, we pushed our opponent, especially after the sending off. We had the chances, but again, we didn't score. It's always important for strikers to score, but when we look at the game as a striker, it's not just the goals. It is a good boost, but the next game is new history and we have to go again. The way Bournemouth defend is quite similar to Bilbao. We can take things from this game, but again, I thought that was an interesting assessment even before the game. Sam Amorim mentioned that the
Mhm.
IRO, I think he actually managed Bilbao at some point or
He
comes
did.
from
He
that
played for
area.
them. I think he
Yeah.
played for them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of inspiration taken from that. So as a prep kind of game as well, and Bournemouth obviously blend that with physicality. It's not a bad test, is it, to go into on Thursday night?
Yeah. No, he plays very similar to Bilbao. Obviously, Bilbao's got this philosophy that they only get players from the Basque region, and Iriola's part of that. I think Arteta's from the same area. I think they grew up together, but they have this philosophy, and it's very similar to how what he's taking in, and obviously what he's used to. So I think, he's gonna. It's a good use for Amarin to see, okay, how's that philosophy work? What's the trigger points? What's the weak points? What can we exploit? Obviously, Bilbao, I've got certain players who another level. For Nico Williams, for example, he's a fantastic player. He obviously, not that Semenyo is a bad player, but I just think in terms of the sort of the rating, I would put Nico Williams higher. So obviously you got to deal with that threat. The good thing is they've lost, what's their striker called? Bilbao's that's out injured.
No, Sansei is the attacking midfielder who's out. He's the one who's out.
So he's an important player. So that's sort of good news for us. But yeah, it's a good prep. But you're gonna have to show a lot more fight than what you showed today. Because
100%.
if you show up like that, they're gonna tear us to pieces.
Yeah.
So
I think I hate being negative about United because I wanna believe and I wanna support, and I'm gonna support them for the game. But I see Thursday night being really, really difficult. Really difficult because we managed to get a draw just about in Sociedad, didn't we? And Bilbao are a far better team, have a far better atmosphere, and players like not even just Nico Williams, like Inaki Williams on the opposite side as well is like dangerous. I'm not sure if Sansei's going to be out. I think he's injured, so if he is, then that would be a positive. But they're just solid defensively. They don't concede many goals. They've lost less games than Madrid and Barca. I don't know, man. I'm not positive about that game at all.
They're like, is it fourth or fifth in La Liga as well?
La Liga. Yeah.
So like they're not like a mid-table team by any means. Like they're in Champions League spots for La Liga. So like they're in a good position. They've had a good season. So this is not a team like who was the Spanish team we played in? They were like in a terrible. Was it Sociedad? Were they in a terrible spot?
Sociedad are around 9th or 10th, I think. Yeah,
he was the Spanish team that we played in.
We were like down at the bottom of the table. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and they gave us a game. Like they were a fucking tough game. So you can only imagine what Bilbao would be like.
Yeah. How are we feeling, guys? Anyway, let me know going into that game on Thursday. Of course, we'll have the preview for that on Tuesday, which should be very interesting. Dear Lord, you just gave me flashbacks. I trust Euro more than the fullbacks. Obi should have been brought on ages before the 70th minute. He can't play Thursday. I agree. He's desperately trying to force Højlund and Garnacho into form and just ain't going to happen. I feel sorry for Amarin in terms of anyone who did develop. Ahmad, Collier, Leach, or Xerxes all got injured. That's fair. I hope Ahmad's back soon. Oh.
Can you imagine if we get Ahmad back for the second leg? Like, that would be...
If you keep it tight Thursday night and just, like...
if you could snatch a draw or something, like a 1-1 draw or something.
Take that back
you
to Old
Trafford.
That
in. Yeah.
And you know what we could do at Old Trafford on those kind of games. So, my piss was boiling when they were showing the Liverpool bus during the game. Yeah, they did like a side thing.
I was like, why are you cutting away to this shit? Like, just fucking
did they know who's playing? Like, on a United game? What are you doing?
Fuck off.
Which position do you think Bruno should play in the 10 or the 8? Initially, I didn't like him in the 8. I preferred him higher up the pitch, but the more I've watched him in recently, and I think his best form for me has come from a little bit deeper. Just my opinion. I don't know what you think, Sam.
Yeah, no, I agree. This season, especially when he's dropped deeper, he's able to get more space, more time on the ball, and be able to dictate passes, pushing up. And I thought in the beginning stages of this game, Cobby in that 10 position with his tight ball control, and he created a little bit of something, and he seemed like he was on it. Obviously, I think he faded towards the end, but I did like him. Honestly, I'm at this point now against Bilbao. I'd play Harry Maguire up top. That's where I'm at with this fucking thing.
But
just
I think
lump it up to him and get fucking his head on shit.
His best moments come from when it's chaotic in it and you can lump it. Yeah. If you start a game with him, it's a bit. But I know what you're saying. I mean, look, Rasmus has scored now. So you can only hope that, he must be buzzing because it's been so long since he's last scored. Yeah. Was Victoria pleasing in November, I think? Yeah. That's a long time to go without a goal. So to get that
19 games without a goal, was it?
More.
Was it more?
It's 20 odd games without a goal that he's
Jesus.
thinking. So you would hope that weight of the world's off his head now. And if you're going to get a purple patch, now's the perfect time to do it, especially in Europe. Yeah, if you want to start bagging goals. And he's got a record in Europe. He's still got a relatively decent one. So, yeah. I forgot Forest were playing as well. Forest are playing City. You got Liverpool taking on Tottenham as well. So we won't take. Go on.
Rainator, he scored against Leicester. Yeah, he did score against Leicester, didn't he?
Recently, Hoyland.
Before the international break in November.
Oh yeah, he did. You're right. I mean, he's got 4 goals this season. I think the stat came up in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still atrocious, isn't it? But let's just hope it gives him something because we're going to need it. Go and watch the football if you. I'd advise watching Forest and City rather than the Liverpool one.
That's what I'm watching. I'm not watching them fucking lift the trophy.
City have scored apparently, so that's great.
Jesus Christ!
It just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? It really does this season. We'll see you on Tuesday for the preview. We'll have a new show tomorrow night as well, and then the big night is Thursday night in Bilbao. We'll be live and active for that throughout the full day. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate all the opinions, and me and Sam will catch you guys in